Good morning. Last full day of hiking. Looks like we got about 2.5 miles of woods and then road walking into the town of Navarre, where we're going to look for some breakfast. I got to stop in somewhere, most likely a gas station, and buy a little bit more food. I need one breakfast and one dinner. So that should be easy enough to get. And then once we're south of Navarre, we hit the beach and then beach walking for the rest of the day to a cool campsite. Lots of nearby road noise, but it was not a bother at all. Lots of construction noise and road traffic noise. I think this is going to dump us right out into the city. We're almost done, and then no more forests for the rest of the trail. I think this is the last of the trail in the woods, onto a dirt road. And I think it dumps us into a paved road, and then onto some highway. And now switching from dirt to pavement. Looking ahead, there's actually a Dollar General right-on trail in Navarre, so I'm going to stop into there next. Better options for getting the last remaining food things I need. Back on Highway 87, and entering Navarre, Florida's most relaxing place. Okay, we're good to go at the Dollar General. Next stop is breakfast. 2 miles to a Waffle House. I think that's what we're going to end up doing. We've taken a left, merging onto Highway 98, just a little bit further to the Waffle House. Check that out, there's a giant billboard for a Culver's. Come get a taste of Wisconsin. What are the odds of that? Here we are, Waffle House for breakfast. Full of food, good breakfast at the Waffle House. Next up, we got a bridge, a little over a mile long. It'll get us over to Santa Rosa Island. And all beach walking. The pedestrian walkway has turned into this metal grating. Makes it look like it was an afterthought. It's kind of unnerving to walk along. Well, the bridge is shorter than I thought. It's about half bridge, half sandbar to get over to the island. We made it to Santa Rosa Island. This is Navarre Beach. This is the last stop to get water till camp. Well, there's no water at camp, so this will be the last stop for the day. And we're still 12 miles to camp. And I think there's like a grocery store, or no, it's a gas station up on the corner here. So I think I'm gonna grab a little bit of water at the gas station, and then we'll just have to carry what we need for the rest of the day. Okay, good to go. Loaded up with water. Got enough to get us to camp and overnight. I think 3 miles after camp in the morning should be a water fountain, so I should be able to load up back up there. And we're all set. It's just rows of large apartment complexes and intermittent off and on the beach, I think, for a bit. Coming up on the end of the residential zone, end of the sidewalk here. You could either stay on the road and do road walking, or the trail jumps to the beach at this point to start the long beach walk. So we'll jump over to the beach and finally get some views of the ocean. Got the whole beach to myself. Heck yeah. About 3 miles up is Opal Beach. It looks like a good place to chill. Bathrooms, picnic tables, and that kind of stuff. That's probably where all the people are. We'll definitely stop in there for a good long lunch break. Up to the north of us, that's where the weather's building. The offshore breezes building storms up that way. But it's clear here on the island. We should have no bad weather. Coming up on Opal Beach. Doesn't look like there's very many people here. But there's lots of covered picnic tables, it looks like. It's definitely time for a break up here. Okay, found a good spot in the shade. Having my lunch, I got plenty of snacks to munch on. There's restrooms here. There's also water fountains here that are working. So I was under the impression there was no water after I left that last gas station, but no, we definitely got a chance to fill up, so that's awesome. I can definitely drink my fill. I got plenty of water. We'll be back on the beach walk here later. Okay, I think it's about time I move on. I've been chilling here for an hour and a half, maybe? I don't think it's been 2 hours, but at least an hour and a half. We are only 5.5 miles until the campsite I'm at, so I'm a little closer than I thought I would be. But we're getting back to the beach walking, and all freshly loaded up on water. It's nice, the water fountain there was good. We'll knock out these last miles down the beach. Walking on the beach isn't that bad. Half the time it's firm enough where it's pretty smooth sailing, and the other half it's kind of more mushy where you're just kind of slogging through it. But it's awesome. Nice change of pace from everything else we've been through. It's nice just staring at the waves, listening to the ocean. We're just about done with walking on the beach on this Gulf side. We're going to come up here across the road and be on the bay side of the beach. Got 1 more mile to camp. Got to get a shot of the Welcome to Pensacola Beach sign, home of the Blue Angels. Looks like we get a little path here. Well, looks like we weren't on that bike path at all very long. There's some posts out there with orange blazes on them. So the trail kind of meanders through the sand dunes here in this general direction. Kind of reminds me of being on the CDT at times. Just wandering through the desert looking for posts. But I guess we'll just kind of meander this way or so. Yeah, the trail is hard to follow in this stretch. Can you guys see the white posts? Because I can. We're getting into some brush and some nice looking trees. I hope the campsite is very nice. We're almost there. I made it to camp. I'm at the Bayview campsite, the only place you're allowed to camp on the whole island legally. There's a little bench right there. I'm deciding where best to throw a tent because the ground here kind of sucks. There's that little thing, it's got brush poking up. It's right here in the sand maybe, I don't know. There's a garbage can. But I do have a private beach, crystal clear waters. Should be an awesome place to sit and view a sunset. so I can't complain about that. It's just going to take me a while to figure out where I'm going to set up my tent. So I think that's it for today. It's been pretty fun. Just going to sit here for a while and enjoy kind of the scenery, soaking in the last night on trail. Definitely going to be an awesome place to watch the sunset. Smells like the ocean, a little bit of a breeze coming in. This is an awesome place. But that is it. Tomorrow we finish this thing. We got 15 miles left, I think. More beach walking. We'll get out to Fort Pickens and tag the Terminus sign. So we'll see that tomorrow. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys all in the morning. Good morning. Last day on trail. I had a good night's sleep last night. Found a decent flat spot kind of tucked around the corner from where the designated tenting was, so I think that was good enough. We got maybe 2 miles of finishing up walking around these grassy dunes, and then it kind of gets over back to the bike path through some residential stuff and some condos and some hotels for a couple of miles, and then we finish up the day with a bunch more beach walking, get up to Fort Pickens where the Terminus is at. It's slightly tricky to pick your way through here finding the posts, but it's not like you're going to get lost. You got water on both sides. You can really only go east or west. So if you get totally lost out here, just find your way back to the road and follow the road up. I think it's going to be cloudy like this all day, but it shouldn't rain. But at least this should keep the sun intensity down. If these footprints are coming out, there's one set of tracks I'm following, and that's Cakes. He was the only guy I know out here ahead of me. He finished yesterday, and last night he stayed at a hotel that's just up here. So as I pass by, I'm going to drop in and see him one more time this morning. They got the red flag flying over at the beach today. It was a yellow flag yesterday for moderate surf conditions. But I guess they're predicting it to be worse today. Maybe it's going to be a little windier, a little rougher. Okay, we're done with the sand dunes. And there's our bike path. There's a good number of houses like this one over here that have got the lookout towers. I kind of like that style. Well, this thing looks like it'd be an alarm system for like tidal surges and hurricanes coming in and that kind of thing. Oh, I found the UFO house. What's nice about this Pensacola Beach area town is that there's a water fountain like every half a mile. So plenty of opportunities to fill up and keep yourself quenched as you move through town here. I gotta note where the last one is though, to make sure I'm topped up before a long beach walk. I was taking a look at what food options are up in this town area, and it looks like there's a little breakfast cafe place called the Native Cafe. So I'm going to drop into there, have a quick breakfast, and then we'll bounce out and say hi and bye to Cakes one final time as we pass by his hotel. Little strip mall here where all the restaurants and some souvenir shops and whatnot. I see my destination, the Native Cafe, is that pink building. Well, that was a great stop in for breakfast. I got in and out of there at a good time. It's just starting to get crowded. So the next stop is in to go see Cakes at his hotel. Lots of touristy things, restaurants, bars and stuff. We're at a split in the highway. If you keep going off that way to the right, it'll get you over to the mainland, as it were. But we're staying on the island, so we need to take a left onto Fort Pickens Road. Fort Pickens is where the terminus is. Well, here we are. We found cakes again. Congrats on finishing the trail, dude. Just yesterday. It was good weather and stuff. Oh. The weather for me should still be kind of holding out. It's not supposed to rain, but there's supposed to be storms and stuff coming in tomorrow and the next day. But this is kind of nice. We're just chilling here by the pool, and it's kind of funny. We keep saying goodbye to each other, and then we keep saying hi to each other. But this may be the last time for a little while, so we'll say goodbye to each other again. But I've got a little bit of time to burn, so we'll just keep chilling here and enjoying a little sit down for a minute. All right, back on trail. We've hung out with Cakes for a bit, said goodbye. We may see him in the future on another trail. See what we can coordinate, so it'd be cool. But from here, it looks like a mile or two more of the sidewalk, and then it jumps over to beach walking to get into Fort Pickens. I think around 9 miles total, I think, is all we got left of the trail. And weather-wise, it's kind of lightly misting right now. It's not supposed to rain, so maybe just some light misty sprinkles is the worst it's gonna do. I'm hoping it continues to just stay like this. Almost to the end of the residential housing. Well, I made it to this little rest break area with lots of picnic tables, bathrooms and stuff. So last stop to take care of some needs and freshen up on some water. And we are starting the beach walk. And from here, there's about 7 more miles of trail left. There's a lot of pieces of broken up sand dollars out here, but I haven't seen a whole one. That looks like some kind of jellyfish or something. It's kind of rubbery. Bunch of birds flying around out there, watching them dive bomb into the ocean. Clouds are clearing just a little bit. Coming up on Langdon Beach. This is the end of the beach walk. Should be bathrooms up here and a chance to get some water refilled. Definitely gonna take a little sit down here for a bit. Okay, we've had a bathroom break. Good to go to finish this thing up. We got 2 miles left. And there's some old gun batteries here from World War I, I believe, when these were put in. And we're done with the beach walk on the Gulf Coast side. So now we're just kind of meandering through the Fort Pickens Park area up here. And there's been an interesting turn of events that have been happening. So Cindy, who I met a few days ago back in Crestview, has offered to help out with a ride once I tag the Terminus to get back up into town of Pensacola. But apparently authorities here have closed Fort Pickens, so nobody's allowed in. There's some bad weather coming in over the next couple of days, so I think that's the reason. They're just trying to clear the beaches and stuff about a day early. But I haven't seen any authority figures around here, so they're not hustling people out of the park. Maybe they're just going to let people trickle out naturally, but they're not letting anyone in. So as of right now, I don't really have an easy ride to get out of this area. But we will continue as far as we get. Hopefully we don't see anybody that denies us access to tag the Terminus at least. And then we'll see about hitching a ride out. Well, now that Fort Pickens is closed, I'm trying to stay positive and happy and excited because I'm about to finish a long trail, but I'm also feeling worried and distracted, and I'm really trying not to let that bother me, but it'll be all right. The weather today is just fine, so I think if somebody stops me, I think they'll let me run up to the Terminus real fast. Passing through the Fort Pickens campground, 1 mile left. There was a Park Services employee on a car that pulled up next to me chatting for a bit, congratulating me on being almost finished. He didn't say anything about the closing the park, and I didn't ask, so I'm still good for now. Little info kiosk here. Battery Worth. The Worth gun battery. It's cool. I've been to Normandy Beach in France and seen a lot of the old gun emplacements up there. Half a mile left. I can see the bridge. It's right on the other side of this little footbridge coming up is the Terminus marker. And there it is. There's the Terminus marker. 1,111 miles from out of the Everglades. We can call this one complete. Well, that was just kind of a quick and dirty, uncelebratory finish. But a little bit further up is the visitor center. I'm gonna go hang out up here and see if I can find someone who'll give me a ride out of this place. Some of the old ruins of the old Fort Pickens area. It's kind of cool. All right, here we go. I think we got everything worked out. We met up back with Cindy. We got special access privileges to get you here to come rescue me because they're closing this whole end of the island because of the bad weather and the storms coming in. So I found some rangers. The park rangers up here were awesome, so we got everything taken care of. So we'll safely get a ride out of here and into Pensacola. Okay, let's hit it.
Okay, let's go. Get out of here.
Well, I think we're officially at the end of our journey for this trail. Huge special thanks to Cindy for coming all the way to come pick me up and get me out of the northern terminus as they were closing the place. It definitely alleviates a lot of the hassle when you're trying to get off trail, but that was a close call. We almost didn't make it. It was kind of all rushed there at the finish, so I didn't really have that like emotional release of like finishing a long trail that sometimes you get. It was just kind of like, well, it's over, we gotta get out of here, they're kicking us out, bad weather's coming in. They were kind of preemptively closing the trail because the weather doesn't come in until tomorrow, but whatever, rules are rules. We were able to get it done one way or the other, but I'm able to got all the way back up into town of Pensacola. Gotta be chilling here for a couple of days to like catch my flight back home. So I think that's about it. We're done here. Everybody, thanks for following along. Thanks for watching. More adventures to come. Shortly after this video goes live and you guys can watch this, I will be already on my way to the next one. So stand by for more details for that immediate future upcoming trip. So thank you very much all for watching, and we'll see you all in my next adventure.